Okay, so today we're going to talk about channeled messages and really kind of breaking them down. I just got done with the previous one talking about, speaking with their spirit guides and what that might look like. But I want to unpack this a little bit deeper. And this one, in this particular case, is about, okay, you're receiving a message. So maybe you're working with a psychic, or maybe you're getting a message from somebody else, or maybe you're receiving a message for somebody. And all of those are fine. I mean, these are just what happens every day. People are talking and telling us something. And the important thing is if you're getting a message in the verbal space, okay, which means somebody has actually said something to you, I want you to understand something very particular, okay? And this is the amazing piece. And I'll frankly, I think I'm also going to talk about light language here very shortly. But understand that the communication that you are receiving from the other side doesn't know time, has infinite amounts of dimensionality and vibration to it. And when it's communicated to us, we can only grasp a very small piece of what's really being said to us. A true channeled message is dense in the energy and the vibration and the emotion and the meaning in it. It's dense. It is so full. So full. Okay. And a lot of times these messages, because of the limitations of being in this dense energy and being in this vehicle today, is that it's going to come in very short. As an example, I was at a retreat in Mexico recently, and one of the new friends or people in my life that I care about, was struggling. I mean, I could feel that she was struggling. And one of the messages, and everybody asked me, what are they saying about me? So I was like, well, I don't get to choose the messages, but in her particular case, the message that came through was very simple. It was, let it go. Let it go. Okay. Well, we see things through the lens or the perspective that we're in at that point. And at that point, we thought that let it go meant that when she went into this energy session that she should fully express her throat chakra. Before this, she was talking about how she was afraid to, vocalize the amount of trauma through her. And sometimes releasing orally is a great relief. And she didn't feel like she could do that or express with her body. She felt very like she had to do things a certain way. And everybody in that place was willing to love on her and let her be whatever she needed to do to let it go. And so that was what the interpretation was at the moment. But, as the weeks and days went on, that theme seemed to keep coming up, and part of that was to start to let go of these horrific traumas that had happened to her. I mean, some things that, oh my gosh, nobody should have to go through. And she's holding that on. And consequently, it's hurting her body. It's hurting her relationships. And the universe is saying, hey, sweetie, let it go. Let it go. Which is great. But then at the same time, this is a medical doctor, and she's breaking into spirituality. She's, worried about what her professionals would say. And so she needs literature and science, which are all valid, by the way. These are good. But some of this stuff cannot yet be fully explained with science. And it comes up again. Hey, let it go. You're good. You're good enough. Let it go. And I suspect over time, that same message is going to come in with more dimensionality. Maybe let go of that shadow self of her. Maybe let go of the need to compare yourself. Maybe let go of the self-doubt that you have. Let it go. So you can see how a simple message can have so much meaning to somebody. And so what I encourage you to do is when you receive a message, okay, when you receive one of those messages, write it down. Write it down, maybe a piece of paper, keep it in your pocket, or on a card, or in your journal if you're journaling, which you should be at this point, okay? And then I invite you to put a bubble around it, okay? Put a bubble around it. And then, this is a mind map technique or an affinity technique. And then start to add dimension to it. What does this mean personally? What does this mean spiritually? What does this mean in community? And just let your mind tear that message apart and open it up. Okay, I do this all the time. Open that message to what it's fully supposed to be. Come back to it, once a week. Say, what does let it go mean to me today? And then write it down. And then from there, take those child bubbles and expand them. And you're going to just find such richness in that message. Such wisdom. And that is you talking with your guides and really unpacking that, because that message is, thank you, is without time. I said without time. It's going to be with you all the way through. These messages stay with you for the duration of your existence in this physical being. So I invite you to get curious about it. I invite you to write down these things. Okay? Unpack them, expand them, make them yours, because they are yours. All right? All right, I love you guys. I hope this has helped you, start to unravel these things and find more meaning in your lives. Take care.